You're out of your mind. Do you realize how many people saw you? You're nailed.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 plot holes in teen movies.
Well, what's outside of Pleasantville?
It doesn't matter, it's not important.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most unexplained moments from teen movies that left us scratching our heads by the time the credits rolled. Strap in for spoilers ahead. What is the biggest plot hole in film history? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Number 10. The necessity for the time loop. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children.
An inbreed's main skill is the manipulation of time. We choose a safe place, a safe day, and create a loop.
Time travel stories always get a little bit confusing. This one passes confusing and heads right into logic defying. The Peculiars are supposedly kept away in their 1943 time loop for their safety, yet they aren't really safe at all.
None of us are safe.
They are so easily found and put in danger by a vengeful Hollow. On top of that, their time loop was destroyed by harming just one person, leaving the kids stranded in 1943. So, was the frozen time ever needed in the first place?
I asked you not to ask questions.
Tim Burton always delivers on the graphics, but we can't seem to understand how this story makes much sense. Number 9. Triss's Fear Landscapes, Divergent.
The future belongs to those who know where they belong.
These movies were great, but not without flaws. At 16 years old, everyone takes an aptitude test to determine what faction they would be best fit for.
Trust the test. Test will tell me who I am, where I belong.
Their society seems to run on the assumption that each person joins the faction they fit in best with. The problem is that the kids actually have a choice to stick with a faction they're ill-suited for. This would weaken their entire societal system, which makes the whole testing pretty pointless. And the plot hiccups don't end there. Once Triss joins Dauntless, she goes through fear landscapes that are supposed to make her face her worst fears.
They're gonna get inside your head and watch how you respond to fear. But you can pass. You can make it through Dauntless. I have seen it before.
She spends considerable time worrying about being caught as Divergent, yet it shows up nowhere in her simulations. Number 8. Basketball team opponents, Pleasantville.
Hi, looks like it's going to be another beautiful sunny day. High 72, low 72, not a cloud in the sky.
In an ideal world, perhaps that of Pleasantville, we would like a movie starring Tobey Maguire and Reese Witherspoon to be in every teen movie lover's classics list. Unfortunately, this one is criminally underrated. The movie boasts a fantastic cast and fun storyline, with just a dash of confusion.
Yeah, what's outside of Pleasantville?
In the perfect Pleasantville, everything is, well, pleasant, and the home team wins every basketball game. Except the town is inescapable. So who exactly do the Pleasantville basketball players have a perfect record against?
The end of Main Street is just the beginning again.
If everyone in town is a winner, who is losing against them? Number 7. A Statue's Grip, Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief. Let's be honest, this movie wasn't exactly a hit with the Percy Jackson fans, or with anyone for that matter.
What will you do? I'm already in hell.
The movie delivered on the entertainment value but left much to critique, including the fact that it completely discredited Annabeth's wit.
Besides, you've won one battle and I've won hundreds. You're gonna need my experience.
The campers get trapped in Medusa's lair with another shopper who doesn't have the good sense to avoid looking at the Gorgon. When she gets turned to stone while clutching Annabeth's wrist, the daughter of the wisdom goddess somehow couldn't figure out how to pull herself free, even though Grover does it for her so easily later on.
Oh, that poor lady who turned to stone, she had a tight grip.
We hope this little leap in logic doesn't make it into the new PJO series. Number 6. No facial recognition? Spider-Man, Far From Home. Though some people might debate whether an MCU movie should be considered a teen movie, we would definitely think this one is.
I had this plan, this stupid plan, and I wrote it all down and I was gonna buy you this, I'll give it to you in Paris at the top.
Just like we think creating top-of-the-line tech is in Tony Stark's blood. He was the one responsible for Vision, after all. So we could only assume that the next generation of AI would be at least as advanced, never mind mere facial recognition technology.
Retinol and biometric scan accepted.
Hello?
Hello, Peter. I am Edith.
Edith, of course, is equipped with this feature, and it seems to work for everyone, except a former Stark employee, of all people. Tony's work is never sloppy, so what's going on here? The math just isn't mathing. Still, Mysterio was a great villain and the storyline was awesome, so we might have to forgive this little inconsistency.
Whoa! That's awesome.
Number 5. May the odds be ever in their favour. The Hunger Games.
Happy Hunger Games! And may the odds be ever in your favor.
If it's been a while since you've seen the movies, let us remind you that the odds of getting chosen for the Hunger Games weren't fair for everyone. It's mentioned that each child can trade a few extra entries in exchange for some food for their family.
You're gonna be okay. Don't take any extra food from them. It isn't worth putting your name in more times, okay?
So some kids end up with their names repeating more than once, so their families don't starve. If that is the case, why don't all the families ask for extra food? Then everyone would have more food and the odds of getting chosen would even out.
Here.
Oh my God. Is this real?
Yeah, better be. Cost me a squirrel.
It's explained in the books that sometimes families refuse additional entries to protect their kids, but the explanation doesn't seem to be in the movies, so we think it still counts. Number 4. Airhead Charm. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
I just wanted to help. Well, that makes you a right side better than Ron and Hermione.
The one thing we can always count on when it comes to the Golden Trio is that Hermione will know of a spell to help in any given situation, which is why her seeming gap in knowledge when it comes to the Bubblehead Charm is puzzling. Even after weeks of researching, the witch couldn't find a spell that would allow Harry to breathe underwater.
We can do this. The three of us can figure it out.
Apparently, the great Hermione Granger does have gaps in her knowledge.
What are you doing here, Miss Granger?
Oh, sorry, I'll just go.
Number 3. Ferris is unfamiliar? Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Ferris Bueller was likeable, fearless, and crafty. Word of his so-called illness spreads throughout his hometown like wildfire, and everyone is quick to claim they're looking out for him and rooting for his recovery.
My best friend's sister's boyfriend's brother's girlfriend heard from this guy who knows this kid is going with the girl who saw Ferris pass out at 31 Flavors last night.
Yet when he makes it onto the big platform, not once but twice on his sick day, no one recognizes him? This was in the days before smartphones and social media, so maybe people just didn't know his face. But it seems unlikely given his popularity.
Save Ferris! Save Ferris! Save Ferris Bueller! Save Ferris!
Does Ferris have some magical incognito ability we don't know about? Number 2. No young family photos? 17 again.
Sisters were practically family, you know. My dad says we should just keep an eye on each other. You know?
Your parents may have changed a lot since their teenage years, but probably not so much that they would be unrecognizable. That's what this plot wants us to believe. When Mike becomes young again, his wife thinks he looks a lot like her ex-husband, but doesn't recognize that it is him.
You look just like my husband, doesn't he? My ex-husband?
Mike decides to go back to school and makes quite an impression with everyone, including his kids, who, for some reason, act like they've never seen him before. It's just weird that they don't even take a second glance at a younger version of their own father. The whole thing was confusing and, quite honestly, produced one of the most cringeworthy movie moments of the 2000s.
I know why you didn't want me to be with Stan. It's because you wanted me.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Renesmee Cullen, The Twilight Saga, Breaking Dawn Part 1. The Twilight Saga got a lot of unwarranted hate in its heyday.
I don't hate you. I don't particularly like you,
But the vampire gods have spoken, and disliking the Cullens isn't cool anymore. Still, the characters have some wild inconsistencies. Jasper attacks Bella after one paper cut, yet he can control himself surrounded by high schoolers all day. High schoolers who are menstruating, scraping their knees in PE, and probably also getting the odd paper cut. doesn't add up. Just like Edward's ability to create life,
It's impossible.
entire chunks of the plot are about vampires' bodies freezing in time during their transformation, which means reproductive gametes should be out of commission. Not only are the facts just not making sense here, but the odd story also made for some of the most terrifying baby footage of all time.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.